Brooke Melton died on March 10th of 2010 in a car crash. She was driving on a two-lane road here in Paulding County, Georgia, where she inexplicably lost control, went into the oncoming lane, and an impact occurred, which resulted in her death. We originally filed the case, thought it was a power steering defect in the vehicle because there had been a recall for the Cobalt. We hired an expert, Charlie Miller, who disassembled the steering column and realized that there was not a defect in the steering column which caused a loss of control. But we also downloaded the information from the black box in the car, which gave us an unusual finding, and that was the key had been in the accessory position at the time of her crash, and she had lost power in her car approximately 3 to 4 seconds before the impact. So Charlie led us to Mark Hood, the mechanical engineer, who ultimately discovered the defect in the ignition switch and key system. What was most surprising about the case was the extent of the cover-up. For years they knew about the problem, they were getting dozens of complaints, people were dying in crashes because of the defective key system, and they still did nothing. In our case, when we were deposing corporate witnesses, even when we showed them that they had changed the switch and said, when are you going to do something about this for those people who still have these same bad switches, their response was, we're still investigating. We'll get back to you. We found out GM was engaged in this cover-up by filing a motion to compel, and ultimately a judge ordered them to produce documents. And so GM, being put in that position, all of a sudden found a lot of documents that showed that they knew about the problem with the switch, they were currently investigating the problem, and also showed that there had been a number of fatalities. What's remarkable is these crashes began, we know now, back in 2004, and they were able to understand they had claims, get those claims settled, and not produce any of this information for almost a decade. They almost got away with it. They almost got away with it. Personally, the case was important because I wanted to get at the truth for the Meltons. Ultimately, we were able to find the truth that not only exposed General Motors' conduct, but also let the Meltons know it wasn't your daughter's fault. One of the most important impacts of this case is it reaffirms the importance of a robust civil justice system. Without the Meltons having a right to trial by jury, and were it not for the Meltons filing this lawsuit and pursuing this claim, these recalls never would have happened. The work that they did in pursuing the case and the work that the experts did resulted in a recall that no doubt will save lives.